Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents You Won't Believe Me by Cyn Balog, narrated by Eleanor Mccormick. Part 1. The Way It Begins. Prologue. It begins with the note I received. Do everyone a favor and kill yourself now. Or maybe it doesn't begin there. Maybe it begins with the drive to Miami. In a story like this, it's hard to tell. It won't make sense to you anyway. Not at first. It didn't to me the first time I heard it. I can only share what I remember, and that may or may not be in order, because, well, you'll see. When you circle a net through a pond, you don't catch everything that's in the water. But every single word of my story is absolutely true. Or at least it's my truth, pieced together from what I've collected in my net. Now that I think of it, the start was likely months before we left Pensacola. My father would have a better idea, but I doubt even he would know for sure, because he was under a lot of stress at work. Stress to perform. Stress to save the world. Sometimes he'd disappear into the lab for weeks at a time, then appear in the kitchen one morning, making pancakes as if he'd never left. That was always his life. But it got worse in those later days. Or those earlier days? I don't know what to call them. His supervisors weren't happy. Whenever he spoke with them, he got this worried crinkle between his eyebrows and murmured all kinds of curses under his breath. Dad said it would be good for us to get away for the weekend, to escape the bubble we'd been stuck in for months. Little did I know that Dad needed to leave because of the death threats from him. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. I remember my dad loading Mom, JT, and me into the car and telling me that I would be okay. Whatever happened, I would be okay. He's my dad, so of course I believed him. His exact words, "You'll be okay, Willow. You'll make it out of this just fine. You, not we." He repeated those words over and over, as if trying to convince himself. He wasn't wrong about much. You know, MD, PhD, brilliant mind and all. But he was wrong about that. Very wrong. I wasn't okay. Far from it. So I'll start there. It's what I remember best. But looking back, I wish I'd followed the directions on that note. If I had, maybe none of this would be happening now. 1. A. You there? W. Maybe. Who is this? A. August. A. From history? W. Oh, hi. A. What are you up to? W. I just woke up. What are you doing? A. Truth? I was thinking about you. I think about August's eyes. I have all the time in the world now to think, and those eyes are endless and clear as a sky in summer. You can see it, right? Everyone knows that color. It pulls the corner of your lips into a smile and makes you take giddy breaths until you're dizzy. August has incredible eyes. That's one of the few things I know. Mostly, I think. But thinking is not knowing. Thinking and wondering are useless. You never get answers, only more questions. Before, I didn't have to do that. Any question I had, I'd consult my phone for the answer. Oh, what a charmed life I led. That was then. Now all I can do is ponder the many, many things I don't know. It's a great big gaping hole that grows wider and deeper the more time I spend here, immobile and staring at the water-stained ceiling. I don't know when I lost my phone. I don't know how I got here, or who is keeping me here. I don't know what day it is, or what time it is, or what came before this. There are so many questions I can't answer. The past is a fuzzy cloud of nothingness inside my head. It's toxic. Sometimes I worry it'll spread like a cancer and contaminate the rest of me. But I do know some things. That's what I focus on, running those thoughts through my mind over and over and over again, hoping I don't lose them too. Those eyes, for one. That smile. August. His name comes into my head, then pieces of him, like a jigsaw puzzle begging to be put together. When I fit the pieces into place, I sigh wistfully and imagine him, sitting at his computer, smiling at the screen over something I said. I also know that there are 64 tiles on the ceiling. Most of them are cracked, and the one in the left corner has a brown water stain that kind of looks like an old-time silhouette of someone. Maybe George Washington, with a slim braid tied in a ribbon. He has an odd Cro-Magnon forehead, though. The bed is too small, a toddler bed, but it's lifted rather high above the dusty wood-planked floor, and the blanket over me is too scratchy and has a fraying patch that says Woolridge. My feet hang off the edge, pale and shriveled hooks with chipped neon blue nail polish. I can't remember when I painted them. Or did I go to the salon? Another trip is in order. The room is green, and there is a picture of 3 rabid-looking bears lapping at bowls of blood-red soup. Also an angry cow with oddly L-shaped limbs jumping over a moon with wide, terror-filled eyes that look like they've seen death. I think this room used to be a nursery for demons. The walls here always hum. They vibrate. It calms me, if one could call this calm. There's a table on the other side of the room, with one of those old-fashioned telephones with a rotary dial. It has never rung before, but I know it can ring because the bell sometimes goes off, just once, whenever the door accidentally slams too hard, which isn't often. There is also a comb and a hairbrush in one of those handheld mirrors. Sometimes light from the window will hit it and paint a tiny rainbow on the ceiling, creating, for a minute or two, the one pretty thing in the room. I have never looked in that mirror, but I know I won't like what I find. And comb my hair? I think I still have hair, but I can't be sure. My scalp used to itch, but I've gotten used to it. I can feel oil slipping down my temples. The restraints have prevented me from investigating. Not sure I want to anymore. The old lady who keeps me here wants me to believe she is my granny. I don't think she is my real grandmother. She has told me 2 things. I can't leave, and I must not ever make a sound, because he can't take it. Granny has green eyes with hardly visible pupils. They are not like sparkling emeralds. They are like sickness, like pea soup vomit in the gaping holes of a skull. She has black witch hair, all scraggly against her pale skin. She came close enough for me to touch it once, and the strands broke in my frail fingers. Granny opens the door twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. The rest of the time it stays closed. Other things I know? No one is searching for me. Scratch that off the list because I've been here too long. I'm not sure how long, but long enough that my legs feel like jelly, and my feet look like tumors attached to my ankles, and my body is withering. I think I used to have a shape, but now I'm all angles, like the cow on the wall. At least he can jump. I can only lie here. The medicine makes my mind fuzzy. 2 pills every morning. I drift in and out during the days, but I'm more awake during the nights. I listen to the humming of the walls and the mice scurrying about. Sometimes I will hear the old one-eyed cat skulking about, pouncing. He, or she, has plenty to eat around here. Granny, the old lady who is not my grandmother, comes in with the sun, which glows behind a yellowing roll-up shade. The shade is always down. All I see beyond that thin shade is the silhouetted skeleton of a bare tree. Sometimes its branches scrape the pane in conspiring whispers. When Granny arrives, it's soft, like a breath. The door creaks open. Then she has a slow, steady, rhythmic sweep to the table by my bed. It takes her an eternity to make the trip across the room. I don't stay awake for all of it. The next thing I know, a bedpan shoved under my butt. Then while I do my business, she starts shoveling lumpy white food with the consistency and taste of paste between my lips. For this, I stay awake. If I nod off, I will choke to death. She looks fragile, but the way she pries my lips open with a spoon is anything but. It is a wonder I haven't broken a tooth or two. Granny is on a mission when it comes to the feed. The metal spoon, which tastes like silver polish, will make its way between my lips if it's the last thing Granny does. She is slow and methodical when she walks, but during the feed, she shovels food quickly and haphazardly, like trying to stuff an overflowing garbage can. The slime dribbles onto my chin, and she shovels it back in. Not a drop to waste. No matter how much I fight, how badly I choke, it only stops when the bowl is empty. The bowl is a baby's bowl. It has a faded clown face on the bottom and says, "All done." Then she lifts a red straw to my mouth, and I suck down bitter, tepid water. Out comes the bedpan, and just like the clown says, I'm all done. This morning, I suck down the horse pills and start to dream that I am a horse in a field, running. I do not know if I've ever run before. Even in my dreams, my legs don't seem to know the movement. Sweep, 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 and it's dinner time. Let the shoveling commence. I only gag once or twice, all in all a successful day. Oh, one other thing I know? I'm going to die here. She's never letting me out. 2. A. How was your day? W. Dull. Yours? A. Same. How'd you do on the history test? W. Bomb emoji. A. LOL. Same. Lo, you're a trip. W. Lo? No one calls me that. A. Can I be the first? Sleep, wake, Sleep, wake. Wash, rinse, repeat. I stare at the door. It has a nail in the center where the faint outline of a crucifix can be seen. I have all the time in the world to wonder where the crucifix went. If Granny lost her faith, the way I've lost hope. The most interesting time of day is when the door is open. When the door is open, it almost tastes like freedom. Almost. Not quite. At least I have more to look at. Beyond the doorway feels like an entirely new world. Unexplored. By me, anyway. The walls of the house are wood-paneled, which makes everything shadowy and dark. In the hallway, there's a painting on the wall that looks like blotches. It's too far away to make out. Another old telephone the color of wheat is tethered to the wall, a long curly cord hanging down and coiling on the floor like a copperhead lying in wait. If I tilt my head, there is yellowing wallpaper with brown baskets of red flowers and a cracked butter-colored formica counter. Probably part of a kitchen where Granny prepares my delicious paste. Besides that, almost directly across from my room is another door. It's painted black with another nail in the center. Something must have hung from that nail too once. Not a crucifix. A calendar, I think, because there's a little paper scrap still attached to the nail. Someone, or something, sometimes pounds on that door. Not in a quick, desperate way. More like the strike of a gong. Slow, deliberate, rhythmic. I've heard that thumping sound as Granny feeds me, so I know it is not Granny making that noise. Granny is not alone. I think Granny has captured other people. Yes, that is what I am, what I must be. Granny's captive. One day, if I manage to get some hope back, I will get myself free. I will open that door. I will tell whoever else is hostage here that we will get out. Together. Together, we will be safe. But right now, all I want to do is sleep. No, can't sleep. Granny is here, and she's brought food. She fits her substantial backside onto a stool, puts the tray on the night table. I open my mouth. She shovels it in, faster than ever. Are the walls humming more slowly, or is it just me? It's probably me. There are a lot of things wrong with me, in case you hadn't guessed. Bang, 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 goes the door across the hall. She ignores it. Something is wrong. I can't keep up with my feeding. She's on edge, or maybe I am. Maybe it has to do with the humming in the walls. A fly lands on her nose. She doesn't flick it off, she just keeps shoveling. The fly turns on the bulb of her nose, posing. One of her green, pupilless eyes twitches. Once. Twice. I swallow, but not fast enough. Suddenly I'm choking, gasping for air. Quiet! Her whisper is phlegmy. I cough and spray paste. Some dribbles off my chin as I nearly die. Quiet! She's always scolding me. Her voice sounds like old pipes, the creaking stuff of nightmares. She catches the goop with a spoon before it can fall onto my chest. Something is definitely wrong. It's not any one thing, just little differences. The slower hum, the louder banging. Granny shoveling faster, her forehead damp with sweat, eye twitching. Then, something big happens. Or doesn't happen. Granny doesn't give me my pills. I wait for them, but she never gives them to me. Or does she? I don't think she does. I'm so tired I might have fallen asleep, and now I'm numb to the pain in my throat from the swallow of those massive pills. My eyes close, heavy. I blink, and she's standing there, black blood leaking from one nostril. She wipes it away. I blink and she's gone. I fall into merciful sleep. I wake a second or a lifetime later. Someone is screaming. It's not Granny. The voice is male. He'll come back. It's not coming from the other side of my door. It sounds like the words are coming through the walls. Wondering my granny hasn't told him to be quiet. He's a hell of a lot louder than I've ever been. I fall asleep again. When I wake, it's dark, and the house is silent except for the scurrying mice and the cat, slowly and stealthily creeping along the baseboards. This time I can't fall back to sleep. I think it's because I didn't get my pills. I spend the entire night staring at the back of my door, hardly blinking at all. 3. A. Willow. W. August. A. Are you blowing in the breeze? Are you weeping, Willow? W. Like I haven't heard that about 1 billion times in my life. A. But never from someone so charming. A. Right? A. Smiley face. W. Right. A. What are you up to? W. Just got back from walking the dog. A. Oh, you got outside. W. I'm adventurous like that. A. Thank God for Ventex, right? What kind of dog do you have? W. Akita. She's named JT. A. Interesting name. W. Not really. Was a big Justin Timberlake fan. A. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff about you. W. Nope. That's it. My name is Willow Lafayette. I am 16. I am a junior at Pensacola High School. By the time the door opens in the morning, I've remembered new details. Each time I give myself a pat on the back. A hypothetical pat on the back, because I'm still bound by these freaking restraints. But my mind is much clearer now. I think it's the pills, or lack thereof. I'm an only child. My parents are doctors Beatrice and Vince Lafayette, research scientists at La Trobe Scientific, one of the only employers in the Panhandle that pays really well. We live on the Gulf in a sprawling 2-story modern home that's all white angles and picture windows and palm trees. I have a fluffy Akita named JT and a blue Mustang convertible I got for my birthday last year, which is April 12th. August said I look hot driving it. I do not have a granny. All my grandparents are dead. January 21st is the last day I remember. I remember it because it was my father's birthday. My mother bought him an expensive cake from the only bakery in town that was still open, and she had to order months in advance. But the bottom of the box busted when she took it out of the fridge, and the cake practically detonated, sending frosting and strawberry filling everywhere. The walls, the appliances, even the ceiling. My mother cried. JT had a field day. Look at all the memories I have. I can catalog them, pull them up at will. It's a small miracle. I almost feel human again. Sorry for ever having doubted you, brain. The only thing I can't seem to remember, how I got to this godforsaken place with fake Granny to begin with. I'm able to do other things too. I can lift my head off the pillow, though there's a considerable pain slicing through my skull. At least my vision doesn't swim. I've kicked off that scratchy wool blanket and can see legs that don't look like mine. They're white and bruised and skeletally stick-like. A nice compliment to my ugly, hook-like feet. I used to have strong legs, nice legs, cheerleader legs, though I am not a cheerleader. But I could be one. I'm too shy. August said that was even better. All the hot without the attitude. August was all about hot. That was his running joke. And I know hot because I'm August in Florida. Ha ha. My sort of boyfriend, August L. Rule, son of Mayor Tom Rule, and Pensacola High's best-looking junior. This isn't my bright white mansion on the Gulf Shore. This isn't August's house either. I haven't been inside his house yet, but he lives 6 doors down from me, and his home is almost a mirror image of mine. This place wouldn't even qualify as a shed on either of our properties. But I got here somehow. Was I driving? When my parents gave me the Mustang, I wasn't happy. I know I sound spoiled, but it's not for the reason you'd expect. My parents said they were sick of driving me places, so it was on their list, not mine. I didn't ask them, not once, for a car. Besides, I didn't think I needed one, because by the time I turned 16, the pandemic was in full swing, and no one was going anywhere. But truthfully, I didn't want to drive because I was afraid of getting into an accident. Did I? Did I drive off the road and this psychotic pseudo-granny took me in? I gnash my teeth, trying to remember. Nothing comes. Why did Granny give me these pills? To make me her prisoner? To make me docile? That must be it. Or... No, wait. The pills. Ventex. We have to take them. They keep us alive. I remember that. For the past 1.5 years, everyone has had to take those giant pills. If not, they might catch the virus since it's airborne. It's called the Bunya virus, but most people call it the screw. Because if you got it, that's basically what you were. Screwed. You got sick, hemorrhaged, and died. Thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people actually, died before the pharmaceutical companies came out with that life-saving pill. Everyone took them. Every man, woman, and child. Ah, the screw. Good times. Oh, hell. Why didn't I have any pills today? Slowly, as dawn breaks, I notice new details of my surroundings. Like that paddle hairbrush. It has long bits of hair and large flakes of dandruff clinging to it. Too much to be normal. The numbers 9 and 1 on the rotary phone are all but faded away. The bears on the wall look at me with warning eyes, as if to say, "Get out." Yeah, can't exactly do that, friends, for obvious reasons. I tugged.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?